So what we need to do today is we need to collect this initial lot of data. Really important that we pay attention to the procedure today because we're going to make changes and we have to justify the changes that we've made to make based on the science that we know. So I'm going to grab one of these. This is on the list of stuff that we use. So this is called a retort stand and these are retort clamps. So we are going to set this up here. So what you'll need is a heat mat because the plan is that it will get hot. I'm going to put some paper towel on my heat mat because we're using chocolates and they're going to be messy. Cannot emphasise enough that you absolutely cannot consume these in any way, including licking it off your fingers, because we've been in with the chemicals and the chemicals can permeate the plastic. So they're just a means to an end, not a tasty snack. So each group will have this little setup here. I'm going to put my my little Medli instrument down there, and we're each going to get one of these heat shields that we are going to collect data with. Doesn't matter which one you get because we're going to collate our data at the end. If you guys have a look in your booklets on page 7, there's a results table there. So that is the table that each group today will fill in. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what we're aiming to get completed today. So I am going to have a stopwatch because I need to do this at 1 minute increments. And you are going to need 2 thermometers. One that I'm going to take the temperature, internal temperature of my chocolate, and one that I'm going to be collecting the external temperature so that we can get a read on that. So I'm just going to lay that out. The next bit is probably the more fiddly bit that we need to do, which is setting up my little structure here. So I'm going to use one of the retort stands to hold my hair dryer. That's not annoying at all. Thanks. And that just generally unscrews and it will hold it there. Just make sure that you're tightening these and loosening them off as you need. The other retort stand is going to hold, that clamp is going to hold my shield. So we need to make a couple of decisions about how we're going to place our devices. So what distance am I going to have between my chocolate and my shield? And what distance am I going to have between my shield and my heat source? So these are decisions that we need to make as a group so that we have a fair test from one to the other, from one condition to the next. So here's my hair dryer as my heat source. Here is my heat shield, and here is the sensor that I'm protecting. So we need to make sure we have a fair distance or an equal distance between each one. And it doesn't matter what that distance is, we just need to be consistent. So what do you guys reckon? Should we set one up and just see around about what they are and then just adjust it for that? At least 20 centimetres. But which one? Line A or line B? How close do you reckon I'd have that? Pretty close? Okay. So we'll go pretty close and then significantly further. Is that what we're saying? Yeah. All right. What do you reckon, Mrs. Rowe? What's the magic here? The magic number?
21 would be 21 again.
21. We're not talking about the ages we wish we still were. 25 I'd do. I am definitely going to have to take some of the sound out of this video. So this is fully adjustable. So I can move this so that it's pointing at it more precisely, which I will have a crack at doing now. So I'll aim this one down. So about, if I aim it down like that. Oh, it's going to fall out. See what I said about it being a little bit fiddly? Okay, that'll let me. Whoa.
We're doing this in groups, miss. Maybe somebody might have to hold.
Somebody might have to hold it.
Or
Adjust this one maybe.
does that adjust the actual hairdryer once it's unclipped? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it will. I'll clamp it there. Alright, there we go. Live in the drain. Yeah, I'll clamp that one in.
It's the weight, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, is it gonna, if you let that go, I'll hold this. Yeah. Okay, so I've got that set up, and now I need to sort out my protection, my little sensor. So I'm going to extend this right out. I'm a bit wonky, it's always a bit wonky, and I'm going to drop this down. So when we're doing our measurements, just really important that we're just consistent with it. So I'm going to say, you know, on this one, it is from the table to the edge of the hairdresser, I'm at 25 centimetres. Is that what you said? 20. Well, I'm going to go 25 because it's easier. And then from, what do you reckon here? So let's say 25 here because we can see that that's doable. 25 centimetres from there to there. And then what about here to here? So say when, not right on. About there. So we're saying about 5 centimetres from there to there. Now this is going to be relatively tricky as getting this one here attached. So I'm just going to turn this, open that one up, and I'm going to turn this sideways. There. And I might need to adjust this to come back. But all that you would need to be doing here is just popping that in really loosely and adjusting this so that it's underneath, aiming this down so that it's pointing at it, and going from there. Now this will not open up enough to get these bigger ones in, and what we will do is just a little bit of problem solving with some elastic bands. So we just will elastic band them to the stand. So it's just a little bit of problem solving as we go along. So once I'm started, I need to get my stopwatch ready. I'm going to go. I need to take measurements at 0 before I turn this on. And that is internal and external measurements. I'm going to stick this about halfway into my chocolate bar, and I'll leave it there. And I'm going to do this one just right next to my chocolate bar, so I get a measure of the internal and the external temperature. Does that make sense? Does everybody think that would be right to get that set up and get started now? We've got the lesson to do it. We just need to do 10 minutes worth of measurements, and then we'll come back together and collate our data. Questions?